Bob Neal and Doug Collins with you from the Forum in Los Angeles. Let's have a look at the starting lineups tonight. The Jeep Eagles starting lineups. It'll be Ellie Mullen, and notice the change. Alton Lister back in the starting lineup. The first time in the starting lineup since Game 1 against San Antonio. Richmond and Hardaway in the backcourt. Perkins and Worthy, Devons at center, and Johnson and Scott are the guards. In his 14th year as the head coach of the Golden State Warriors, Don Nelson. And the man who is coaching in his first full year in the NBA, Mike Dunleavy, played for a couple of years under Don Nelson at Milwaukee. So it might be professor and student here playing each other. The student beat the professor in Game 1, 126-116. The officials tonight, Joey Crawford, Bill Oakes, and Tommy Nunez.
Well, first thing we're going to have to do is see what the matchups are here. I don't know whether Alton Lister will play Devons. I look for him more to play Sam Perkins, because Perkins is a little bit better post player. So we'll have to see what Nellie has up his sleeve here to start this game.
Devons gets the tip over to Byron Scott, who had the 27 points to lead the Lakers in scoring, and Magic Johnson, who had 17 assists, being played by Mullen.
We expect that because of the size. There's Mitch Richmond playing Devons in the post, so we expect that. Look for them to try to go early to Devons in the low post.
Against Richmond, kicks out to Perkins for three. He buries it. 3-0 Los Angeles.
Sam Perkins, such a versatile player. Takes your big guy, you get him in isolation, your big guy goes back to help, buries a three-point shot.
Tim Hardaway with that crossover dribble and the drive. From the corner, Alton Lister, and it's 3-2 LA.
You see the problems that the Golden State Warriors present. They spread the floor, open it up, and let Tim Hardaway penetrate to the basket. Whoever helps is the guy he's going to find. Alton Lister with the open jump shot.
Calling on Magic Johnson. Worthy off baseline screens. Now against Mario Ellie. Backing in. The fadeaway jumper from Worthy. It's 5-2.
You can see the Lakers have such a great post game. You know, a lot of teams get into mismatches against the Warriors. They get themselves out of sync trying to post. The Lakers game is a post-up game, so this defense will not bother them.
Hardaway being defended by Perkins. That's a long shot over Perkins, and the three is good from Hardaway. As Mike Dunleavy said, does he ever miss? They fall asleep on the transition defense, and Perkins gets the jam.
Well, what happened, Tim Hardaway was rushing back to get the Byron Scott, and actually Sam Perkins had run down the floor. The first guy you have to get is the man that leaks out, not worry about your own man.
Ellie draws the foul as he drives hard to the hoop.
Now, James Worthy the other night took 25 shots to get 25 points. Mario Ellie doing a nice job bodying him, but you see Worthy is not concerned about Ellie being able to block his shot, so he got his rhythm, just turned and took the jump shot. I'm sure Don Nelson would like for Worthy to have to take 25 shots tonight to get 25 points again.
Mario Ellie had his playoff career high 21 points. He was in the Lakers training camp and was cut late in training camp this year when they decided to keep point guard Tony Smith.
He's a great free throw shooter in the playoffs. He's now 18 for 18, leading the league in the playoffs at 1,000%. See a little extended pressure that time by Golden State. It's already a couple different looks than they had in the ball game the other night.
Ellie up playing the much taller Sam Perkins. And they lob it in, but Ellie jumps up to bat it out. Worthy with 4 to shoot. Devons came away with the ball. Lister came away with a block. Shot clock.
Bob, this is the problem you have when you play the Lakers in the smaller lineup, and Nellie has no choice here, but they're going to pound the offensive board so they get it done.
And finally, they call the foul on Mario Ellie.
You see Ellie doing the best job he can possibly do to try to root Sam Perkins off that low post, but Sam Perkins is a big, strong guy. You just don't want him to get in the lane. You got to flood that right shoulder, make him turn out to the baseline. He's got a devastating left-hand hook.
Now Magic isolated against Chris Mullen. Coming off the sore knee, see the brace on his right knee. The little jump hook in the lane, out of bounds. Golden State ball.
Now, if you watch Chris Mullen, he will not bother Magic Johnson's shot up at the top. What he will do is try to strip him down low, so look for that tonight in the game.
Hardaway just blows by, kicks it into Lister. Stripped away from Lister, but then there's Hardaway. His reverse won't go. Alton back in the lane. The hook rolls in, and it's a Golden State lead. Once again, the quick transition defense knocked out of bounds by Golden State. Lakers ball, 21 to shoot.
Very active right now, Golden State. They've forced a couple turnovers. They're jamming the rebounder to try to prevent the Lakers from running out quickly. Twice now, Hardaway's been able to strip the ball and cause a turnover.
Warriors with a 2-point lead. 9 minutes to go, first quarter. Now Worthy against Ellie, turns around, lean in jumper, won't fall, rebound Lister.
Did a nice job bodying up that time, just enough to knock him off the shot.
Richmond with a beautiful pass from Hardaway.
The presence of Chris Mullen out on the floor, the fact you must guard him with the three-point line, also enables Richmond now to get out and run the floor on the fast break. I expect him to have a big ball game tonight, not 7 for 20 as he did in game 1.
Magic Johnson gets around Mullen for the fingertip lay-in. First basket of the night for Urban. Triple-doubled in game 1, including 17 assists. Hardaway open. Takes it to the hole anyway. Off the glass.
The guy's unbelievable. He has unbelievable quickness. He took the ball in front of himself 2-3 times there between his legs. What a guy to have to try to play in the open court all night. I do not feel for Byron Scott at all.
Now Divot's posted against Mitch Richmond. You see the size differential. Spins inside. Excellent baseline defense, and there's the steal. Hardaway has Mullen out ahead. Cannot run the pass down. It'll be LA ball.
Golden State fast break. Out Lister with a nice rebound. You see Hardaway looking ahead. There's Richmond out running the lane nicely with the slam dunk. Beautiful fast break that time by the Warriors.
Warriors up by 4. Smart. Byron Scott continues his strong shooting.
Smart play there, Mike Dunleavy, realizing he needs Byron Scott's offense in this game. Tim Hardaway going at him. Ran a set play to get him the open jump shot.
Warriors ball, 16 to shoot. 7:40 to go in the first quarter. Warriors by 2. Chris Mullen will inbound. Did not play in game 1 due to the sprained right knee, but he said he felt fine before this game. Mullen sure is shooting well.
They just spread you out. They have 4 guys out there now that can take the ball on the dribble and beat you. And you have to play them. When you do, somebody has to step in and give some help. It frees their perimeter jump shooters.
There's Worthy. Lister comes over for the double team. Takes Worthy to the floor hard. His first personal foul, and Worthy will go to the line.
One thing you can count on when you play Don Nelson's teams, they will use all their fouls in the middle. Mokeski's got 6. You have Alton Lister with 6. You have Jim Peterson with 6. Tyrone Hill with 6. So, and Tom Tolbert. So if it comes down to it, Don Nelson's team will take the fouls. Here's the penetration. You see Richmond, who gives help? Divot's too late to get out and close out on Chris Mullen. You cannot leave him wide open jump shooter. He's going to bury about 70% of them.
Worthy misses his second free throw, and it is a 3-point Warriors lead. Lister has it punched away by Divac. Ellie stepped on the line. That would have been a 2. Divac with another rebound. No-look pass from Magic to Perkins. He is fouled and will go to the free throw line. The foul on Mario Ellie. That'll be 2 on him. With 6:58 remaining in the first quarter, the Warriors up by 3. And you're looking at the back of number 20, Mario Ellie, who was drafted in 1985 by Milwaukee when Don Nelson was there. And Tim Hardaway out of Chicago Carver High School. Cassie Russell, another name you will recall from Chicago Carver. Early field goal percentage. Golden State, one of the quarters when I was looking at them last week, Doug, against San Antonio, shot 71%. So and most of those came either on transition or from the perimeter.
They're very capable. What they do is, Bob, as they run the ball up the floor, their first look is to try to push it up. If they have a layup, take it. If not, they're content on taking a 3-point shot. They'll penetrate. They'll take the quick outside shot, feeling that they have to get a lot of shots at the basket, maybe get some long rebounds, because with their size, they're really not going to be a half-court post-up team. So the more open the floor is, the better to their liking.
Perkins with 7 early points. He opened this ball game by, as Doug likes to say to his daughter Kelly, busting a 3.
That's right.
Warriors by 1. Richmond with the lean in. Oh, and the jam. That'll be offensive basket interference by Lister.
Well, Alton Lister should have left that ball alone. He was aggressive. I'm sure Don Nelson doesn't mind that he's aggressive to the basket. When it's up around the rim, you just have to let it go. It's a tough matchup for James Worthy playing against Mitch Richmond, who's very quick and loves to penetrate and will post you even at 6'5".
Lakers could take the lead on this possession. They had the early lead, and the Golden State came roaring back to lead by 4. All alone, Divac.
That's what happens when you double team. You find the open guy, and the Lakers passed the ball so very well. They were working on it today. They worked it to perfection.
One-touch passes. Mullen now has Perkins on him. Hardaway against Scott. 7 seconds to shoot. Hardaway off to another excellent start again tonight. He has 7 early points. Quick transition. Knocked away by Ellie. Richmond on the run. The spot-up jumper. Loose ball foul. It's going to be on Alton Lister.
If Alton Lister does have a weakness, it's he gets in foul trouble a lot. He commits a lot of fouls early in the game. That's 2, so he'll have to sit down, and in comes Jim Peterson. So already at work, you see Don Nelson using up the fouls along his front line.
14 fouls on the Warriors, as you see. The Lakers have only 1 team foul with 5:53 to go in the first quarter.
This is big because the Lakers now will shoot penalty free throws the rest of the way. So anytime they get it inside and get fouled, it will be 2 free throws.
Peterson, of course, smaller at 6'10", but quicker than Lister. Trying to stay legal and guard Sam Perkins, who was outside the three-point line. Didn't matter.
You know, Bob, one thing the Lakers do so well in their post game is they post, they don't like it, they throw it out, and then they repost again. A lot of teams get impatient, and once they give it up, they don't get it back. The Lakers go right back to it.
Jim Peterson from the baseline. Rebound, Byron Scott. Hardaway almost stole that ball. Look at a spin move by Johnson. Then the pass inside to Vlade Divac from Irvin Johnson.
You know, the one thing that Jim Peterson did on that possession, he had an open shot. But the thing I don't like about it, he just checked into the game, and the first time he touched the ball, he took a shot. I think you got to go up and down the floor a couple times unless you've just got a wide open layup.
7 seconds to shoot. Peterson came right back firing. There, now he's warm.
Now he's been up and down the floor a couple times, but the first time you touch the ball, the chances are when you come off that bench, you're not going to make your first shot unless you're one of these guys like Vinnie Johnson or whatever who are so accustomed in that kind of role.
Lakers by 1. Worthy being defended by Mullen now. As Elliott switched to Magic Johnson. Worthy flashes into the lane and hands it to Perkins. The foul before the shot. Magic Johnson with 3 early assists.
Great spin around Chris Mullen. Now he's got eyes. He sees Vlade Divac. He just lost the ball in the air, realizing Mitch Richmond can't get up and get it. So it's an easy layup for Vlade Divac, and that's what the Lakers do. That's a transition basket, and again, they ran themselves the other night to 87 points, either in the lane on quick post-up or getting to the free throw line. So out of their 126 points, you could see that is their game plan.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, Doug Collins and I will be selecting the Budweiser player of the game. Rod Higgins checks in. Mario Ellie sits down. The foul, by the way, against Perkins is tallied against Mitch Richmond, his first.
Rod Higgins in the ball game. Excellent stand-up jump shooter. Underrated defender. Pretty long arms. Suffering with a little bit of a sore shoulder right now that he injured in game 1.
Lakers by 2. 4:17 to go first quarter. The late arriving Forum crowd, fashionably great, starting to get into their seats now. Hardaway on the drive and the reverse. Hardaway has 9 first quarter points.
He's taking the ball and doing whatever he wants to. Screen roll that time. He had great patience. They tried to trap it. He pulled it out and then split the defenders, took it all the way to the basket for the easy layup.
Magic Johnson gets the Perkins pick. They roll. There's the dish for the jam.
Simple basketball, screen roll. Both teams execute it to perfection.
Higgins, quick drive against Johnson. Hard hit by Divac. Divac hit the floor very hard on his left side. Let's see if he's all right.
He's had an injured left wrist. He hurt it in practice the other day. You see it's taped. I think he took more of that on his tailbone than he did his wrist. If he would have landed on his wrist first, but it looks like he takes it with his tailbone first and then he hits his wrist. Let's watch. Boom. I guess he got his hand down there pretty good. But he's bounced up, and that's youth for you. Still, Vlade's still a very young player in this league. After about 10 years, you don't get up quite as quickly.
Rod Higgins to the free throw line.
You can see the pad on his right shoulder. This guy's a great guy to have on your team because he comes off the bench and does whatever you want him to do for you. He'll defend. He shoots the three-point shot. If he plays 10 minutes or plays 30, you know what you're going to get from him every night.
Lakers by 1. 3:30 to go, first quarter. Worthy posting against Higgins now. There's that patented flash into the paint. And the foul is on Rod Higgins, his first.
Bob, Golden State is trying to alternate their coverage. They're double teaming sometimes. They're letting Worthy isolate sometimes. They're going back on a dribble sometimes. So they're not letting the Lakers let them be predictable. So that's what you have to do. But the Lakers are so good. They've seen every defense. Worthy with single coverage that time, just lowered his shoulder, took it to the basket, and here's where being in the penalty is going to help you get to the free throw line.
James Worthy having good playoffs as usual. So what's new? He's hitting 22.5 a game.
Interestingly enough, though, his field goal percentage is down to 42%. So in that Houston series, he scored but did not shoot well from the field.
Second leading scorer for the Lakers in the playoffs. 25-22 Los Angeles. 3:22 to go, first quarter. Hardaway defended by Byron Scott. Mullen comes off the baseline screen. He knew it was going the minute it left his fingers. Chris Mullen has 2 field goals for 4.
He's still not 100%. You can see a little gingerly on that right knee.
Oh, we know Byron Scott won't be perfect from three-point land in this game as he was in the other one. Hardaway to penetration and kick to Higgins, to Richmond for the penetration, and the dish to Vlade Divac. So Peterson fouled Worthy, but the Lakers were unable to score the field goal on the transition. 2:49 to go in the first quarter. Lakers up by 1. Lakers lead in the series 1-0 and lead in this game by 1 point, 25-24. Let's have a look at the Eastern Conference playoff situation. The Pistons lead the Celtics in that ugly game, 86-75 game, the win at Boston. Bird was out. Thomas is day to day.
Bob, they did what they're supposed to do. They took advantage of Larry Bird's absence. The big thing is Isaiah Thomas. Now, the one thing about that, with them taking a 1-0 lead, it's not such an important thing for him necessarily to have to play tomorrow. They've got the home court advantage back, so if they have to rest him, fine. Chicago blowing people away. Plus 17, Michael Jordan sort of coasting right now, averaging about 29 a game.
We did the game in Chicago Monday. You said you thought if Chicago got both of those games, it would probably be Chicago in 5 against Philly. You still feel that way?
I still feel that way. I think Chicago's playing great basketball right now. Their defense is tremendous. Scottie Pippen has elevated his play to that of an all-star, and it's been very easy for them right now. They really have not been challenged, only in Game 2 against New York, and other than that, they've really just blown people away.
Here, 2:49 to go, first quarter. Lakers are up by 1 point. The Lakers once again scoring inside.
Well, 20 of their 25 points coming from the inside, so if my math serves me right, that's about 80% of their scoring. And again, it's either getting to the free throw line or easy layups. You see right there, 20-6 plus 14. And if that continues, it's going to be a long night for Golden State, even though they're playing very well right now.
Terry Teagle, former Golden State Warrior, checks into the ball game for Los Angeles. As Worthy uncharacteristically misses the free throw. You're right, his shooting stroke and scoring is definitely down in the playoffs this year, even though his average is up there. Lakers by 2.
See if they're going to run a play here for Mitch Richmond coming off a screen against James Worthy. Magic Johnson might switch.
Richmond backs out of there with 10 seconds to shoot. The drive, penetration to Higgins for 3. Divac with his 3rd rebound. The bounce pass barely controlled by Byron Scott.
Teagle has a mismatch. He wants to take Peterson.
Hardaway punched the ball away.
Good help that time by Tim Hardaway, recognizing that Peterson was guarding a smaller player.
Mullen for the 3, and Chris Mullen has 7 points. It's a Warriors 1-point lead. 2 minutes to go, first quarter.
I think he gives them another dimension, don't you?
I would say so. The bullet pass inside tipped away by Tim Hardaway or Higgins. They were both down in there. And now Sharunas Marciulionis comes onto the floor, but first watch this three-pointer by Mullen. He just felt it as he came to the line.
You got to close out on him at the three-point line. You have to meet especially Hardaway and Mullen at the three-point line to take away that quick three-point shot. The Golden State Warriors are very small on the floor right now. Rod Higgins is their center at 6'7".
And Marciulionis playing Divac. They've played each other in international competition. Worthy Worthy with a big drive and the lay-in off the glass past Rod Higgins. Worthy with 10.
Well, here's what Don Nelson wants you to do if you're the opposing coach. He wants you to say, hey, we got a mismatch there. Divas, let's get it in and take you out of your offense. You've got to stay in your offense regardless of who is playing your center. Don Nelson tries to trick you into getting your best players off the floor.
Divac with the foul on Marciulionis. They played each other when Yugoslavia defeated the Soviet Union international play a few years ago. Remember that?
I sure do, and I remember this move by James Worthy too, swooping and gliding to the basket, finishing with that big extended one-hand layup. But Marciulionis is a very interesting player. You look at him, he's very, very strong, but he gets to the free throw line. You must play him and keep him off the free throw line. He loves to drive left. You got to get on his left hand, force him back to his right, and do not foul him. Make him complete his shots. He loves to live at that free throw line.
Now both teams have gone small. We could see some running and gun in the next minute 17 of the first quarter. It's tied at 28 as A.C. Green came in for Divac.
You see Mullen knock the ball away from Magic Johnson just to bother him enough to use some clock.
6 to shoot. The block by Richmond. Mullen on the run. Richmond over Worthy.
See, Mullen bothers Magic Johnson. Magic is not an exceptionally quick player now, but Mullen is strong. He puts his body on him. That time he stumbled. Richmond came over to get the block shot.
Higgins cutting off the lane on Worthy. Time remaining in the first quarter in the lower right of your screen. Worthy's turnaround jumper falls. James Worthy has 12 in this first quarter.
Great shot by James Worthy.
Hardaway with the drive, the handoff to Higgins, count the basket. He'll go to the line with 38.3 seconds to go in the first.
This Golden State team is a dangerous team to play. This is one of those teams you just can't prepare to play against. They really don't run a lot of set plays. They open the floor up. They use their athletic ability, their speed, their quickness, and they give you nightmares as a coach. They give you fits because you really can't prepare to play against set plays. And I know that as a coach, when you're preparing for the playoffs, you feel confident when you know you can go in and defend certain team sets. You just can't do that with Golden State.
Warriors by 3. Magic Johnson looking to tie it. Scott with the rebound. Worthy with the 2-point scoop inside. 14 first quarter points from Worthy.
They're going to hold for one shot. They'll spread it out. You see an open set. Hardaway will look to try to penetrate to the basket. Let's see if they double team and try to get the ball out of his hands. Little dribble weave here. Now they're going to let Marciulionis go against A.C. Green. He loves to go left.
5 to shoot. He'll just pull up from 18.
That's what you want to give him. You'll give him that.
Lakers lose it out of bounds with 2.7. Golden State a chance to get another shot off it.
12.
Got plenty of time. 2.7 seconds. You can actually make 2 passes out of this.
There's one. Richmond's wide open. And he buries it.
Well executed to perfection by Golden State. A big quarter, 35 points.
Would have counted by A.C. Green. Warriors lead after one. 35-32 and another high-scoring shootout here in Los Angeles. Mullen with one of his rare perimeter misses tonight. Lakers by 6, 2:50 to go in the first half. So the Lakers intelligently used that foul to stop what was a probable basket.
Nellie did a good job defensively that time. They tried to run the same play. He got out and arm wrestled with Worthy. Did not let him come off the screen.
A.C. Green buried a 3 with only 1 second on the shot clock. Richmond answers with a 2.
Don't blink.
61-54. Richmond with 12.
Magic wants it in the post against Mullen. Let's see if they double team. If they do, Magic, you can count on finding the open man. Probably will be A.C. Green.
No double team coming. Here it comes. Ellie was going to come off of Worthy, who was out by the three-point line. Didn't get there. 7 to shoot for L.A.
See, the Lakers' offense is predicated on getting double teams. So they have everybody set up in a position, and they know when whoever double teams, they know exactly the stunt that they want to run to get that guy open.
Time remaining on the shot clock in the lower left down there. Whoa! 15 points for Magic Johnson. 13 in this quarter. Well, he gets inside for his 4th points of the night. The steal by Hardaway. The ill-advised pass from Magic. Richmond on the drive. Bumped hard by Sam Perkins with 1:38 to go in the half. The Warriors with an opportunity to pull to within 5 of the Lakers. The Lakers have led by as many as 10. Bob Neal and Doug Collins with you. Game 2 Western Conference semifinals from the Forum. LA leading Golden State 1-0.
Now you think about it, if Mitch Richmond make these 2 free throws, it's a 5-point game. Magic Johnson just threw in a buzzer beater, about a 15-foot hook, and AC Green, the possession before, threw in a buzzer-beating 3-point shot. There's 5 points real quickly. So you can't be discouraged if you're Golden State. You've got to hang in there because you're doing some good things right now. You've got to say those shots can't continue to fall.
Eldon Campbell gets in for the probable final 1:38 of the first half. Perkins gets a rest. 63-58.
Sam Perkins has 2 fouls. Does not want to get his 3rd before the half, so good substitution.
Worthy against Nellie again. Turnaround jumper drops again, and Worthy making a living inside with 20 points. Marciulionis on that drive. Now he had something going to the glass that time and elected to give it up.
Got in the air and had no place to go, so he had to pass the ball.
Scott in heavy traffic. There the Lakers pounding it back inside to AC Green. Peterson with the foul. Coming up at halftime on the Prudential Halftime Report, Ernie Johnson in our Atlanta studios with former Pacers coach Dick Versace. Also a preview of Detroit-Boston Game 2 tomorrow. And Paul Ryden visits Johnson's Diner.
You know, Bob, I don't know what our ratings were the other night for the Philadelphia-Chicago game, but I do know this. Every person that I saw today talked to me about you being in that plane and how many miles you've flown over the last week. So somebody's watching TNT in the playoffs. I do know that.
My wings are getting tired.
Somebody's watching.
The Lakers now 66-58, back to an 8-point lead. They've been up by as many as 10. And AC Green has played very well offensively off the bench.
Got a couple offensive rebounds, a couple free throws, a 3-point shot. It all adds up. Hustle plays are all hustle points by AC Green. Nothing run necessarily for him. He just gets all the loose stuff around the basket.
Golden State hoping to cut into that double-digit Laker lead by the halftime buzzer.
Vincent Askew is going to try to take Magic off the dribble. They've got the floor spaced.
Marciulionis with the drive. He hands it off inside to Tyrone Hill. It's out of bounds with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Warriors ball.
Going to use their 22nd timeout to set up a play to get a quick shot.
You never think you'd say this about Golden State, but not a very good scoring team on the floor at the moment.
No, when you look at it, they're going to have to probably go to Richmond or maybe Marciulionis with the team they have on the floor right now. They have Tyrone Hill, who's a good offensive rebounder. Vincent Askew, who's a slasher cutter, not really a good shooter. And Ellie, more of a driver as well, cannot really shoot the open jump shot that well. You do want to keep him off the free throw line. So I would expect Richmond and Marciulionis to be the guys that will score with this team on the floor right now.
This program is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the National Basketball Association solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
Be aware now, Richmond might throw the ball in and step right in and get the ball back. So keep your eye on Richmond.
Marciulionis open for the jumper. Rebound AC Green. That's his 5th in limited playing time. 8-second differential in the shot and game clock.
This is a big possession because it would be a double-digit lead if they score here. Psychologically, that's more. 11 is bigger than 9 psychologically if you're the opponent.
Johnson with a left-handed hook. Askew up high for the board. 10 seconds in the half. Richmond misses the wide-open spot-up jumper. That would count. At the half, the Lakers lead it by 9. The Warriors had led by 3 at the end of the first quarter. Well, the Lakers had a 9-point lead at halftime in game number 1 on Sunday. They lead by 9 here again at the Forum. And the front line of the Los Angeles Lakers have scored 45 of those 67 points.
I don't think anything surprises about this game other than the fact that Alton Lister in foul trouble only 6 minutes. Peterson only 8 minutes, so Don Nelson did not have the luxury of playing his big guys. And the Lakers took advantage of it by out-rebounding, getting to the free throw line, and doing all the things they had to do to take the lead. Golden State actually played a good first half, but just not as well as the Lakers.
And they shot very well from outside. Notice that's perimeter field goals, 60% for the Golden State out there. Only 53% if you count everything.
Well, you see plus 27 inside scoring, and Magic Johnson's one of the reasons why. Magic was 7 field goals. He had 15 points and 6 assists, and this is one of the shots as the shot clock was winding down. This was the possession right after A.C. Green had hit a 3, so 5 points as the clock winding down. Here, I thought was the big key in this first half was James Worthy. Worthy had 20 points, but the big difference with his 20 points was it only took him 11 shots to get to 20 points. Remember, I told you that it took him 25 shots to get 25 points. His production way up, and as a result of that, the offensive efficiency of the Lakers is better.
Chris Mullin is back off the injured leg. He missed game number 1, and he's shooting well from the perimeter.
Well, you got to get up and you got to force him to put the ball on the floor. Every shot he's made tonight has been squaring up, getting a good look at the basket, and you've got to test that knee. You've got to run up under him, and you've got to force him to try to create his shot off the dribble. You see Run TMC with 41 points, all of them playing very well. Mitch Richmond 7 for 20, game 1, 6 for 8 here. So all these guys playing very, very well. They're just outmanned inside, Bob.
And you see the double figures from all 3 of them, Hardaway, Richmond, and Chris Mullin. He told us before the game his knee was feeling fine, and you could see that his knee looked to be okay. He sprained it in the final game, the 4th game of the series against San Antonio.
With minutes played, we talked about Mullin. He only sat out a minute, 23 minutes. Hardaway 22, Richmond 22. So we figured those guys would play anywhere from 44 to 45 minutes, and the first half is holding true with that.
Thanks to our on-camera time, of course, our celebrity status here has increased, but they're holding the game up here while we get our lights out of the way.
James Worthy's looking at me. James, you're hot. I know. We don't want to hold you up here. Referees are always on me when I coach. Now when I'm broadcasting, I can't get away from it.
They come to the table and talk to Doug.
That's right.
Lakers by 9. Higgins with the drive and the kick out to Tim Hardaway.
Different starting lineup. Higgins in place of Ellie.
5 seconds to shoot. Higgins will go for the 3. He was fouled by Divac. A potential 4-point had that fallen, and that's 3 fouls on Vlade Divac.
Well, against a bigger lineup, that might hurt, but tonight I think Mike Dunleavy can get away with Vlade being in a little bit of a foul trouble situation. Rod Higgins doing the smart thing, recognizing the clock winding down, took the shot, and when he did, the old veteran trick, kick your leg out and pray to the official that he will call the foul, and he did.
Funny, that very play is on the officiating tape that's sent around to the officials to watch for that sort of thing, but it still looks so real sometimes.
The late, great Pete Maravich was one of the guys who really started that kicking jump shot, and boy, I tell you, as a defensive player to try to guard that was so tough.
Well, Higgins uncharacteristically missed them both. Inside to Divac. We've got a hold on Rod Higgins.
See, every time the ball goes inside, Golden State goes back and they swarm, and they're having a difficult time doing that without committing fouls. And we're going to have to see again if fouls cause them a major problem in the second half. They've got to try to defend without getting the Lakers to the free throw line so early.
That's 3 fouls on Higgins, by the way.
Divac wants Mullin.
Now there's the double team.
See, Divac had Magic for a 3 if he'd have gotten out sooner to him.
Scott on the drive. Pull-up jumper from 15. That rebound was stolen by Higgins, given to Hardaway.
There's that spot-up shot. You can count it. You've got to chase him off that shot. Hardaway's penetrating dribble, pulls the defense back in. Mullin trails, and he's been deadly at the top of the circle with the 3-point shot.
3 threes, 19 points in the game. Perkins turnaround jumper from the baseline. Lakers by 8, 10:41 to go, 3rd quarter. 12 points for Perkins. Hardaway pulls up for 3 over Magic Johnson.
Those things add up in a hurry. Now, we were talking to Mike Dunleavy today. You got to pressure Hardaway at the three-point line. Once he gets inside the two-point line, you can back off of him a little bit, and he will shoot the three. You must pressure him out there.
There's the double team on Worthy. Magic Johnson takes it right to the hole. Dunks over Lister.
Elton Lister actually got a piece of that. Magic just powered it in. Here's another three. This would be amazing, 3 in a row.
Air ball. Up to Worthy. Has Scott over on the right wing. Intercepted by Hardaway. To Richmond.
Mullins open for a three if they kick it over to him.
Richmond misses. A couple of quick jumpers there missed, or Golden State would have been right up here nose to nose with LA. As it is, it's a 7-point Lakers lead. Stripped away by those quick hands of Mullen. Out to Higgins for the jam.
Excellent double team. You don't see Magic Johnson cough up the ball in the double team very often. A little lazy that time. Golden State swarming in the post.
Now Mullen and Magic Johnson were locked up there. Quick spin by Magic, and Mullen fouls him on this drive. I don't know if there are faster hands in the NBA. He looks like he's beaten a lot. A guy will get around him. A person will have a rebounding position, and still he gets a handle.
You cannot get lazy with the basketball around Chris Mullen. He does not have exceptionally quick feet moving laterally, but he's so quick with his hands that he makes up for a lot. A lot of times, as you say, he's beaten, and at the last moment he reaches in and knocks the ball away. It's very frustrating to play against a guy like this. Now here's the double team. Here's Magic. Now, one thing you don't want to do if you're a young player, don't put the ball above your head. Magic put the ball above his head, and he pivoted away from the defense. They were able to knock the ball loose. You've got to get down in a lower position and try to pivot out of that double team.
Let's do a video. You could do this coaching clinic with Bob and Doug, and I'll just do the announcing part. What do you think?
My son's heard me say enough. Don't put the ball over your head. I don't even think he'd want to hear it.
No video. All right. Lakers leading the Warriors 73-66. 9 minutes to go third. Hardaway with the drive. Mullen bounces it back out to Richmond. He buried that one. Vince Richmond, who had missed his last couple, now has 16.
Richmond needed that. He had missed 2 straight. Those are the kind that get you off and running again in the second half after you've missed a couple shots.
Magic. The 3 attempt came off the double team. Richmond up for that rebound.
Mullen was wide open down the floor. Mitch Richmond did not see him.
Hardaway's drive and lay-in, and the Warriors have battled right back in here. They trail by 9 at the half. Lakers now by 3. Timeout. Los Angeles. Well, the run TMC group, Hardaway, Mullen, and Richmond have been hurting them. Here are tonight's Nissan leaders. You see Chicago with the top field goal percentage in the playoff teams, but Golden State and Lakers close behind. And for Golden State, one of the reasons is the outstanding scoring from the TMC, the big 3, 51 points in this game so far.
Well, there you saw a clinic on the hesitation dribble. You come to the three-point line, you look like you're going to shoot your jump shot, you shake the guy, he straightens up, you take it in the lane and shoot the little floating shot. Again, Mullen, Richmond, and Hardaway, 10 points out of 12 in this quarter. So right back in the ball game. Tyrone Hill looks to be checking into the game right now. He'll be checking in for Alton Lister. So now Don Nelson going back small as Vlade Divac was taken out of the ball game for the Lakers. So Lakers go small and Don Nelson goes small.
Steve Martin, I think, was the first one to get small, as I recall, even before Don Nelson. Perkins with the fall away over Hill. Mullen keeping the rebound alive, but Worthy comes up with it. Nice interior pass to Perkins. The fadeaway hook fall. How did that go in?
I do not know. I think Sam Perkins got bumped on the hip with that one, but he's had great concentration to finish it off. There's a spot-up shot again by Mullen.
From Hardaway.
You can book that. Anytime Mullen gets a look at the basket, 9 out of 10 times Bobby's going to bury that shot. You've got to get out and close out on him. I'm sure Mike Dunleavy very unhappy with their perimeter defense on Mullen.
Foul inside. Hardaway with 7 assists, by the way, from the Forum in Los Angeles. Bob Neal and Doug Collins with you. TNT continues their playoff coverage. Lakers lead in this series. Western Conference semifinals, 1-0 and in this game, 75-72 with 7:50 to go in the third quarter.
One of the keys I wrote down today, if I were coaching in a game like tonight, would be close out on penetrators and be aware of and identify shooters. And I think that when you play Golden State, Chris Mullen is a guy you have to zero in on, and I'm sure that Mike Dunleavy is telling his guys, we've got to chase him off that outside shot. He's done nothing going to the basket tonight. Mullen normally shoots a lot of free throws. Did not shoot any free throws.
Now the Lakers foul as the quick transition gets the ball down inside, and Worthy commits his first as Tyrone Hill will go to the free throw line.
See, Bob, Chris Mullin shot 580 free throws in the regular season in 82 games. In that first half, he did not get to the free throw line, which tells you that everything he's doing is a standstill jump shot.
Tyrone Hill missing from the line, and not only are the Golden State Warriors not getting many free throws, they're only 7 of 12. Lakers by 3. Team fouls, 3 against the Warriors, 2 against LA here in the third quarter. Byron Scott misses the jumper. Rebound Mullin.
Look at that crossover. My. Oh,
Hardaway is fouled on the drive, but that's the clinic on the crossover right there.
Bob, Tim Hardaway came to my summer basketball camp this year, and I want to tell you, the kids were in awe over this kid. First of all, he's so strong. Look at this crossover. I mean, that's illegal to be able to do that. And I tell you, the young campers really got a thrill watching this young guy play this summer.
Magic says he's the king of the crossover dribbles. I mean, a lot of the great guards have the crossover, but
the thing he can do it going right or left. You can't lay on and say, okay, he's going to come back to his right or to his left, because he might cross you over and then take the ball right back between his legs and go the other way. So impossible to stop, especially now that he's shooting the outside shot. You've got to get out and play him. So I had big questions on him coming out of college because he shoots a knuckleball. You think, would he ever be able to consistently make that shot? But he does.
Lakers by 2. They led by 9 at the beginning of this quarter. 10 to shoot for Los Angeles. Higgins had forced Worthy all the way out. Perkins misses the 3 but gets his offensive rebound, and they'll start it again.
Long shots mean long rebounds. That time Chris Mullin did not get the rebound. Let Perkins cut right in front of him.
Illegal defense against Golden State. That's the warning. No technical shot on this one on the first time. New 24-second clock. Chris Mullin, the man who was illegal. Once again, Lakers out rebounding Golden State, but virtually everybody does. Magic trying to get it inside against the shorter Mullin. And the foul again against Golden State.
The initial defense by Golden State is very good. They're double teaming. They're getting a hand on some passes. They're doing a good job rotating. They just can't get a rebound. And when you look out on the floor right now, you've got Tyrone Hill, who has to be a rebounder, and Rod Higgins. You have Mullin, Richmond, and Hardaway. Very small team, but this team has gotten Nellie back into the ball game. It's been very effective offensively, and this is what he's going to stay with.
Richmond with 3 personal fouls now as Worthy misses from the free throw line. Offensive rebounds, LA 10-3 advantage.
The defense does not stop until you rebound the basketball, so second shots is part of defense, and until you can get possession of the basketball, you must continue to guard people, and Golden State right now has got to try to get some of those long rebounds.
Worthy's first points of the second half. 10 to shoot for the Warriors. Hardaway got there and couldn't get it to fall. Tyrone Hill with the rebound. Lakers with the foul. It's on AC Green, his second. That's 4 team fouls against Los Angeles, also 4 against the Warriors. Both teams will be in the penalty on the next one. Higgins hands it off to Hill for the jam.
Don't look, but they're back.
Lakers up by 1. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kids. Who are these guys? Magic Johnson's baby hook is going tonight.
See, excuse me, Bob. That time Magic Johnson had Mitch Richmond on him. He does not have the size that Mullin has, so he took him right to the basket. Richmond said, I'm going to pay you back, and here I come again.
Richmond has 18. Magic has 22. Perkins inside against Hill. That was Mullin who punched it away. It's 4-on-2.
Is that confidence? Pull up and shoot a 3?
We saw him doing that in a 32-point performance in the win the game that won the series against San Antonio, the final game.
You know, they are scrambling the game right now. This is what they did against San Antonio. They got them going up and down. This is not the Lakers kind of game. They've got to get themselves back on track. Mike Dunleavy might have to call a timeout. But here's Magic against Richmond. He realizes now he has a smaller player, so he backs him in and takes that little hook shot. And here's Hardaway, said, I'll answer you with the three. Pulls up and gives his team a 2-point lead.
How about the knuckleball? Almost no rotation
Really?
at all on a 3-point shot. That foul, by the way, was the second on Chris Mullen.
And the 5th team foul. So both teams now will shoot free throws the rest of the way. That's 5 on Golden State, 4 on the Lakers. So Golden State wants to continue to take it to the basket, too. The outside shot is there, but the Lakers are going to have to close out on them now. That'll open up some driving lanes.
Lakers have outscored Golden State 21-9 at the free throw line. Richmond launches the three from Hardaway. Hardaway got in there and battled for that rebound. At only 6 feet tall, if he is.
Guy who's been very quiet tonight for the Lakers is Byron Scott. Golden State has done a great job of keeping him from getting out and getting open shots. They'll live with Worthy taking that 3-point shot. Byron Scott's the guy they want to close down, and they've done a good job of that tonight.
Mullen runs out another rebound. He's open from the perimeter. Count it.
Spot-up jump shot. Again, did he put it on the floor? Absolutely not. Catch and release.
Warriors by 2. Mullen has 23. Entertaining basketball. There's the double team. Magic was left open. And Hill came away to knock it out of bounds. We have a mixed-up call here. One official says out of bounds. The other calls a foul. And the foul is going to win. That's on Tyrone Hill, is second.
Worthy in the post. Magic reads the double team. He cuts to the basket. Now, this is the way Magic Johnson used to play when Jabbar was in the post. He would throw the ball, and he was a devastating cutter, either going baseline or going right to the middle. And 6'9", he can finish. And that time, Worthy gives it back to him on the pass and cut. And he gets to the line. But that was vintage Magic Johnson playing with Jabbar in the post, where that clock was winding down, dumping in there and cut. And Jabbar was great passing in the basketball, Bob.
Magic 8 out of 9 from the free throw line tonight, too, as part of his 26-point output. Tied at 83. Higgins with a quick three. Rebound, Magic Johnson. Mullen right on his hip. Scott.
Immediately, Don Nelson's going to get a timeout. Byron Scott hits the jumper, and he's going to stop it right there. Good timeout.
Lakers by 2, 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Lakers having more problems with the Warriors tonight than in game 1. They lead it by 2 with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Let's have a look at what's going on here in the Western Conference. The Blazers ahead of the Jazz 1-0, winning that first game. Karl Malone struggled in the ballgame.
Well, I would not be surprised for that to go 7. A lot of people say 5, but both of those teams are the 2 best Western home court teams, 36-5 on their home court. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that go 7. The Warriors are looking right now for this second game magic that they have in these series. Every series that they've had under Don Nelson, they've won the second game on the road to break through, and they're trying to do that again tonight.
Trailing only by 2 with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. I just noticed already with 16 minutes left in the game, these two teams have outscored Boston and Detroit.
That's right, they sure have.
Their game 1.
I thought that was a good timeout by Don Nelson. This crowd was quiet. They're trying to get into the ball game now. Byron Scott hits a jumper, takes the timeout to take the crowd out of the game, try to cool Byron Scott off.
4 seconds to shoot, you'll notice in the lower left. No problem for Hardaway as he buries it. It's a 2. Hardaway has 22 points. Tied at 85.
He can come back to my camp anytime. Man, oh man, is this kid a player.
Worthy with the hook pass to Perkins.
They're coming right back at you, though, taking the ball right to the basket. Smart play, Bob.
That'll be 4 fouls on Sam Perkins.
So what happens is now they've made so many outside jump shots that the Lakers are hearing Mike Dunleavy say, get out on the shooters, get out on the shooters. Now you have an opportunity to take the ball to the basket. You got 3:16 here to go. Let's see if Golden State now can get to the free throw line a few times in this quarter.
Teagle is going to get into the Lakers lineup for Sam Perkins. And Tom Tolbert on the floor for Tyrone Hill. for Golden State.
You know, I see Tom Tolbert out here, and I just can't picture him playing point center against David Robinson. You had that series. That had to be an unbelievable matchup.
The San Antonio Spurs could never quite solve that point center situation. And I think you made a good point about it. Is Golden State's run and gun got them rattled. They never played with enough poise to win.
They got into a game that they couldn't get control of.
Worthy backing in on Higgins. Stripped away. Here's Hardaway against Byron Scott. And threw up the prayer anyway. So Byron Scott fouls Hardaway. It's his second, and Hardaway will go to the free throw line.
In 1977, we played when I was with the Philadelphia 76ers, we played the Portland Trail Blazers, and they had tremendous guards with great quickness. Lionel Hollins, Dave Twardzik, Johnny Davis, and Gene Shue in that ball game had Caldwell Jones at 7 feet, bring the ball up the floor against Bill Walton, and then we got into our offense. We won the first 2 ball games. They made an adjustment. They ended up beating us, but actually Gene Shue did that in 1977.
Yeah, nothing's new. No ideas are new.
Everything's borrowed or stolen, one or the other. What you have to do is you have to be able to risk doing it, and that's what Don Nelson will do. He'll take the chance to do it, and he'll take a chance to have his team win a basketball game. You've got to give him a lot of credit for that.
Warriors by 2. 2:50 to go third quarter. Warriors trail by 9 at the beginning of this quarter. Teagle comes in firing, and he loads that one in from 17 out. He has 7.
Hardaway feels it.
Oh, God dang it!
Green with the rebound. So does Magic.
Magic is so deceptive in the open court. You don't think he's that fast. Richmond gets his fourth. When he's coming at you, he's 6'9" and probably weighs about 225 pounds. And once he gets his body on you, you cannot get around him. He seals you and he locks you. And Mitch Richmond that time tried to stop him, and Magic just bumped right off him and took it right to the basket.
Magic Johnson has 7 assists in the game tonight. That's 10 less than in game 1. 17. Golden State had never given up 17 assists before. Magic has 8 rebounds tonight. On his way to another triple-double. He had one in game 1. He has 28 points. Lakers by 2. Richmond. Teagle with a rebound. The spin inside. Tolbert got there too late to get a block on it. And Magic has 30 points. Lakers up by 4. Under 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Both teams in the penalty. Tolbert's pull-up jumper. He can't hit that tonight. He hit several big jumpers against San Antonio, particularly in game 3. Tolbert with the rebound there. Good ball handler out on the open court.
Mullen trying to post Byron Scott, who's fronting him.
7 seconds to shoot. Mullen dipped the shoulder. Does not get the offensive foul. I thought that might be coming, but he'll go to the line for a 3-point opportunity.
Bob, for those young players out there who are watching, watch Mullen use the basketball here, though. He's going to step out, and he's going to square up. He does not put the ball on the floor, and then he drives the ball right through Byron Scott's arms. Watch this. Right there, lowers his shoulder, gets himself positioned. That's excellent footwork, and that's the way to use the basketball as a weapon, to drive it through a guy's arms when he comes up to play you so closely. Nice job there by Chris Mullen.
He has 26 points. Warriors trail it by 1 with 1:14 to go in the third quarter.
Richmond's got to be careful there not to get his 5th foul.
8 seconds. Magic Johnson pounds it inside against Mullen. He has 32. Richmond with the pass inside. And the foul is going to be on Magic Johnson. How could you call a foul on a guy with that kind of pleading look?
Magic, that angelic look, like I didn't touch him. I had the ball, all ball. Let's take a look right there. I'd have to agree with Magic. This is Chris Mullen's first 2 free throws of the ball game.
And he gets the shooter's bounce.
Chris just teasing the fans here in LA. I didn't see that. That looked like a good block, and Chris Mullen knows he got away with one there. But you know what? Magic gets away with some also. So he realizes he's got that expressive face.
Lakers lead it by 1, under a minute to go, third quarter. Golden State has come back here. They trailed by 9 at the half. Magic Johnson draws the foul this time. Rod Higgins holds up his thumbs, pleading for a jump ball also. A little bit different case down here, Rod.
And when Magic goes in there, the one thing you know is he got the one foul at the other end. Magic is very smart. He's going to come back the other way. He said, I'm going to drive in there now, and when they touch me, I want that same call. So he goes right in, and now he's back on the free throw line. So rather than arguing, you just go back at him and let him put you on the free throw line. That's all.
Talk about playoff experience, maturity, leadership, poise. That's Magic Johnson. That's one of the differences you pointed out earlier, Doug, in the Lakers against this rambling, scrambling Golden State team, as he just doesn't let them get scrambled, generally speaking.
Absolutely. Look at this shot from... Oh, no! Chris Mullen takes some more time off.
31 points. His foot was in the ocean on that.
That's no conscience. I'm sorry. I don't care how hot you are.
Teagle with a quick spin move. Nice save by Ellie. AC Green with a beautiful move. Johnson to Worthy, punched away. Here comes Marciulionis, has Mullen on the baseline. And Mullen gets the lay-in with 8.9 seconds remaining in the quarter, and the Warriors have taken the lead. Mullen has 33. He and Magic Johnson have had a shootout here tonight. What a quarter. An 11-point turnaround for the Warriors. They had trailed by 9 at the half and lead it by 2 with 12 minutes of basketball remaining.
Look at this tonight. 33-24. That's what, 77 points already. And we still have a quarter left to play. Important. Defend. Try to keep the free throws to limited and keep the fouls down, so when it gets down late in the game, you can pressure without putting them on the line.
The inbound play, Magic Johnson to Eldon Campbell for the jam. Coming out at the quarter. Of course, it was called during the quarter timeout, and a three-point opportunity for the Lakers to take the lead if Campbell can sink it.
Well, credit Byron Scott. Byron Scott makes this play. See the screen there? And Marciulionis does not read it. Does not make the automatic switch. That's a set play that we saw him working on in practice today. Beautiful execution.
It's tied at 99. Higgins open from the baseline. First the foul. Exciting game here tonight. We have more coming your way tomorrow. And note the unusual starting time. The Detroit Pistons will be at Boston at 1 o'clock Eastern time. Ron Thule and Hubie Brown will have the game. Then tomorrow night at 10 Eastern time, a day-night doubleheader, if you will. Utah at Portland. Mel Proctor and Jack Gibbons will have it for you.
There's Sharunas Marciulionis driving to that left hand right down the middle. Now with Tim Hardaway out of the ball game right now, Bob, the offense will be run through Chris Mullen, so he will handle the ball a lot at the top and execute the offense.
Teagle's drive doesn't fall. Look at a follow by Eldon Campbell out of Clemson.
Now this guy hurt the Golden State Warriors the last game of the season they played in Golden State with his offensive rebounding.
Marciulionis with the drive. Good defense. He got in too deep on that one. Lakers and Warriors tied.
Campbell had 4 spectacular slam dunks in this one ball game.
Magic Johnson fouled by Tom Tolbert. We talked about Run TMC and Chris Mullen. Magic Johnson had 19 points in the third quarter.
They're going to need them all tonight because Magic and Worthy have been the offense. And they're going to need them all because The Golden State Warriors are playing a sensational basketball game tonight. They're doing what they've wanted to do. They've spread the floor. And with Mullen back out on the floor, you can just see what his presence has done out there. Forget about his scoring. But it's also opened up a lot of avenues for other players on the floor.
16 more free throw attempts for LA tonight than Golden State. Now 17 more free throw attempts. It's Marciulionis, Mitch Richmond, Tom Tolbert, Mario Elie, and Chris Mullen for the Warriors. Down by 2. Marciulionis isolated against AC Green with 5 to shoot.
See, just not confident taking that outside shot.
Mullen picks up the foul as he runs in front of Magic Johnson, and that's going to be 3 on Chris Mullen.
I think it's also going to be 3 team fouls. Bob, that's going to be a real tough situation. You know I always harp on this, but in playoff basketball, getting to the free throw line early in the fourth quarter is so important because it's tough to gear in your defense and really stop somebody without fouling them. And you got to have a couple fouls to waste late in the ball game.
3 already on Golden State, only 1 against LA. Campbell, he loved playing against the Warriors. He has 6 points in limited time off the bench. Richmond finds a small hole and gets the lay-in. He has 22.
I think Don Nelson feels like he's coaching Sidney Moncrief all over again when he coaches Mitch Richmond. Very, very similar players.
Hardaway almost had a takedown hold on Byron Scott. His second personal.
And the 4th, so the rest of the ball game now. Free throws for the Los Angeles Lakers. Next foul.
9:59 remaining in the game. Magic against Mullen. Teagle couldn't handle it. 8 to shoot. No problem for Magic. Misses the lay-in. Marciulionis on the run to Mullen. Good lead pass. Teagle with the foul.
That shot almost went in.
3 on Teagle.
That was an afterthought and still almost made it.
I always talk about Chris Mullen's schoolyard basketball style, but that's where he learned some of that stuff. All you do is get the ball back if they foul you in the schoolyard.
NBA players are so good.
Hardaway missed the lay-in, drew the foul, however.
Fouls mounting up for both teams. Now that'll be 3 on the Lakers. Should be a 2-shot foul for Mario Elie because he had possession of the basketball. So should be 2 free throws. He's 18 for 18 in the playoffs. The leading free throw shooter. Let's see if he can step up and make 2.
Magic Johnson picked up his 3rd personal foul. 19 in a row in the playoffs. Worthy back into the game for AC Green. More offense for LA.
See, Vlade Divac has really not been a factor tonight. He picked up his 3rd foul. Golden State got on a nice little run in the 3rd quarter. He's been sitting down ever since that time. Mike Dunleavy now deciding to go with Eldon Campbell, who at 7'1" is quick and explosive to the basket and has paid dividends here in the 4th quarter.
There's Ellie's first miss of the playoffs. Lakers by 1. Worthy trying to work free on the baseline. He is against Elie. Double clutch, good defense by Elie, and good rebound by Richmond. Out to Hardaway, has Marciulionis on the right wing. Spins inside.
Block shot by Eldon Campbell.
That was hit on the way up. That was perfectly okay. He did not, if it was on the way up, it was not pinned against the glass, and a good call. Now 5 personal fouls on Mitch Richmond.
Well, this might be the critical play we look back on. It's 2 points that the Warriors did not get. That's a good block. He took the ball to the basket. It had not hit the backboard. You can block the ball into the backboard, or you can simultaneously pin it. And then in the transition defense, Richmond picks up his 5th foul. So we might look back at 8:59 as being the turning point here in this 4th period.
Byron Scott misses from the line. The Lakers are leading in this series 1-0 but having trouble defending the home court here tonight, leading by 2 with 8:59 remaining from the fourth.
Bob, you were in Oakland. Oakland is a very noisy place, and they have a terrific home court advantage. The Lakers must take care of business tonight and go up 2-0 because they're going to have a difficult time winning in the Coliseum.
More excited about basketball in the Bay Area than they've been since the late 70s.
How about Chris Mullin? Is this guy putting on a show?
35 points. He had 17 in the third quarter, remember. It's tied at 106. How about Magic Johnson? Here's your show.
Man, oh man, this is Magic Johnson.
He has 38. That got Jack to his feet.
Crossing over, making Mullin play defense. Still does not have great lateral movement. He has quick hands, but does not slide quickly to be able to shut off the driving lane. Magic Johnson realizing that. He has now 39 points. His career high is 43. He did that in back-to-back games last year against the Phoenix Suns in the series they were eliminated last year.
And Mullin has 4 personal fouls. Lakers by 3. Barcelona will want to take Eldon Campbell off the dribble.
Campbell's a shot blocker.
And he just did. Chris Mullin has 37 tonight. Warriors have taken the lead. We wondered before this game how his sprained right knee, which he injured in game 4 of the Spurs-Warriors game. You see Wingate coming here on the breakaway. And Mullin twisting that knee and going down there. And he's back, of course, feeling pretty good tonight. As you can see here, Doug, he looks all right.
Mike Dunleavy was upset. He felt like he pushed off with his off arm. But, you know, when you look at that replay of him getting hurt, he was lucky he didn't have a serious injury. Bernard King, that's how he ripped up his knee coming down like that in a game. Sometimes just an awkward landing. Run TMC tonight, 83 of the 111 points. Hardaway 7 steals, 24 points, 14 assists.
There's a push. If that's on Richmond, he'll be out of this game. And that will be significant. Let's see. That's 6. Richmond often tonight has been defending the inside players like Perkins or Worthy. That's one of the reasons he fouled out with his 22 points.
Well, it looked to me like the Lakers came out of that timeout, and whoever Richmond was playing, they were going to try to post him. Realizing he was on Perkins, they ran him into the post and pushed him, and that will be very, very costly. So at the 7:01 mark, if Perkins makes both these free throws, we have a tie game and no Richmond the rest of the way.
Perkins misses the free throw. Here's the foul trouble situation for Golden State. 3 players, Mullin, Higgins, and Tolbert with 4. Perkins has 4 for the Lakers. Peterson comes in. So we have Peterson, Marciulionis to go with Hardaway, Mullin, and Ellie. 1-point Warriors lead. 7 minutes to go. Somebody else will have to step up big here for Golden State in the place of Mitch Richmond. Hardaway to bounce pass into Ellie. Couldn't get it to fall. Campbell with another rebound. He has 3 in very limited minutes.
Looks like he might have pulled a groin muscle or something. He's got his leg wrapped now. He did not have that when he started this ball game.
Perkins gets the basket and draws the foul. And this Laker crowd, quiet much of the night, has come to life here as they sense a difficult ending to this ball game.
Loose balls. James Worthy, who's been very, very quiet in the second half after a major first half. Ball knocked loose, and Sam Perkins, right spot, right time. Now the opportunity for a 3-point play. But James Worthy, after a big first half, 20 points, has been relatively quiet here in the second half.
Worthy, as a matter of fact, has only 2 points in the second half. Lakers by 2, 6:29 to go. Now it's Peterson, Mullin, Higgins, Ellie, and Hardaway.
See if they can spring Chris Mullin for his jump shot.
Magic Johnson out on it. This will test his knee. 8 seconds to shoot. Mullin will pull up and fire and bury it.
This guy's putting on a shooting clinic. Now Magic is taking it to the hoop and driving all. This guy's putting on a shooting exhibition tonight.
40 points for Chris Mullin.
He's the horse champion in the NBA too. He's got some unbelievable shots. off the 24-second shot clock.
Worthy just powered it inside against Higgins. Mullen tried to come around the offside for the steal, couldn't get there in time. 5:48 to go.
Mullen wants it. It's one of those zones that you're in. Nellie says, get out of the way, let him go with it.
He did. Gets the layup. Doesn't fall. Rebound, Eldon Campbell. Byron Scott has Worthy on the left.
It's uncharted waters for Mullen. That was a layup.
Magic Johnson fouled by Jim Peterson, and that's 4 on Peterson.
Here's Chris Mullen isolating. Step back jump shot. Beautiful play by Chris Mullen. The next time down the floor, missed a layup. Don Nelson very unhappy they did not double team Magic Johnson sooner.
Here's tonight's Dutch boy in the paint. You just said it, Doug. You're telling me.
Well, Bob, I'm going to tell you right now. You're watching the game at home, and I'm going to say, hey, Bob, the Lakers are inside scoring 58-30, plus 28, and they're plus 20 on the rebounds, and they're only winning this game by 2. And you're going to say, no way.
And they've been to the free throw line 45 times versus 25 times.
Well, that tells you what kind of percentage this Golden State team has shot tonight. They've played a spectacular basketball game, and if they can dig in here for 5.5 minutes, they can steal a basketball game tonight. But they're going to have to make critical plays. It's going to have to be a flawless last 5 minutes for them, and they've got to be able to get the ball out of Magic's hands without fouling him.
Well, the fans coming to life here at the Forum. They had been very quiet earlier in this ball game, and now they're on their feet. Magic with 39 points at the free throw line.
Magic wasn't used to all that noise. It distracted him.
No kidding. See Magic about to draw even with Chris Mullen here. Magic now is 16 of 18 from the free throw line. 18 of Magic's points from the free throw line. Lakers by 3. 5:22 remaining. Lakers still have a foul to give. Warriors end the penalty.
Forcing Mullen left to try to get some help. Oh, he pushed off. That's an offensive foul.
Wake away the basket. It was a clear offensive foul.
Don Nelson wanted a flop, feeling that Sam Perkins flopped. Watch the off arm. Oh, that's clearly pushing the guy away. But the shot, he makes the shot a one-legged fadeaway shot.
Now, however, Mullen has 5 personal fouls. Remember, Richmond already fouled out. Magic's just going to keep taking Mullen to the hoop here.
Well, Mullen cannot foul. This game is over.
Magic misses the hoop. Rebound Worthy.
There's 44-23 now on the rebounds. They're going to have to double team Magic or do something. They're not going to allow him to isolate against Mullen. If they do, he'll pick up a foul.
Scott over Hardaway. Magic Johnson with a big board. That's his 11th rebound. 1 assist away from another triple-double. 10 to shoot. Worthy with that flash down to the baseline. That's offensive basket interference.
The question is it a loose ball foul?
It is a loose ball foul. The foul is on Eldon Campbell prior to the basket interference. So Eldon now has 2.
That was 2 violations. That was a loose ball foul. Remember, I told you the guy's made some spectacular tip dunks. This guy goes to the offensive boards. He had 4 of those the last time I watched. I thought that was 2 free throws. Still only the 4th team foul by the Lakers.
4:10 to go in the game.
Hardaway can take Worthy off the drive. He should be able to get inside.
That's for 3. Peterson misses the tip. Campbell with his 5th rebound.
I think Hardaway settled for a shot there that he didn't need. He could have taken the ball past Worthy.
And once again, Mullen with 5 personals. Rebound Peterson.
Looked like Magic was inside. I think the ball must have slipped out of his hands. It looked like he had a point-blank shot.
Hardaway. Foul against the Lakers as Hardaway bounced the inside pass.
It's now down to a 3.5-minute ball game. If 2 free throws are made here by Rod Higgins, we have a 1-point ball game. So strategy really now starts to come in.
And now we have 4 personal fouls on Magic Johnson as Higgins goes to the line.
See, the thing you have to really be concerned about Golden State team is they'll come down in transition and pull up and take a three-point shot. So you've got to close out to that three-point line now, being aware that one shot can give them a lead. So you've got to be able to really be aware now of your transition defense, specifically Mullen and Hardaway and also Rod Higgins.
A 1-point Lakers lead, 3.5 remaining from the Forum. Lakers leading in this Western Conference semifinal, 1-0. They've got Magic posted against Mullen again down inside. Higgins backing in there to give him some help.
Here comes Hardaway.
Scott from 19.
Not close.
Rebound Peterson. He's come up big here. After Richmond fouled out, Peterson came in to replace him. Scott only 2 of 8 tonight.
I have to think Chris Mullen's going to see this somewhere in this possession.
Mullen gets the lob inside. Foul against Los Angeles, holding Mullen as he was trying to get away from the log jam down on the baseline, and that's on Worthy, his second. Mullen can give the lead to Golden State. Don Nelson in his second game, Magic.
Well, the guy that's missed some big shots here late for the Lakers is Byron Scott. They've double-teamed Magic Johnson the last 2 possessions. Byron Scott's had a couple outside jumpers. Remember, he shot the ball so well in game 1, 27 points, 10 of 15, 5 of 5 from the three-point line. Mullen with an uncharacteristic miss.
His first of the night. It's tied at 116. Timeout, Los Angeles. Will Don Nelson steal another second game in a playoff? He thinks so. Well, the Warriors and Lakers are tied at 116. 2 minutes, 56 seconds remaining in this game. Here's the situation in terms of timeouts, fouls to give, etc. Neither team has a foul to give. Warriors have 3 timeouts full and 120. Lakers 2 full and 120. And remember, Mitch Richmond has fouled out of the ball game for Golden State, and Chris Mullen's playing with 5.
Well, I have to like the Lakers in this situation. I tell you why, is because they're the superior inside team. They're probably going to go inside, and I think the game in the last 2.5 minutes will be won at the free throw line. Let's see if the Lakers can get there, although you have to love Golden State's perimeter shooting right now, but normally the inside team has the advantage late in the ball game.
Worthy down inside against Higgins. Perkins open from 20. He has 22 points. Lakers by 2.
Sam Perkins hit the big shot that beat the Houston Rockets in game 3. He tied the ball game up, gave them a chance to win.
Peterson misses but catches the loose ball.
Rod Higgins will shoot a 3.
20 seconds on the shot clock for Golden State.
Magic Johnson very unhappy, telling his guys rebound the basketball. No one blocked out off Peterson's jump shot. Every possession now crucial.
Hardaway against Scott. They clear the side. Here comes the crossover. He blows by him. The reverse. Yes!
Oh, no! Please!
26 for Hardaway. Off the reverse dribble. Then he goes to the reverse lay-in. Perkins from 20 again. What a game.
Well, you don't expect Sam Perkins to beat you out there. All that is created by the double team on Worthy in the post. 2 open jump shots for Perkins after the double team.
The crossover, the drive, and the jumper. Not this time. Rebound, LA. Stolen almost by Hardaway.
They don't want to foul. There's still plenty of time. You got to stop them right now. No fouls.
Hardaway has 7 steals in this game already.
If I'm going to foul somebody, I foul Eldon Campbell. He's the unproven guy right now.
Here's Worthy, cleared away.
See if they double team. They've double teamed the last 2 times. That's the same shot.
Magic misses the 3-point attempt as the shot clock was running down. Minute 15 to go in this game. Warriors down 2.
Remember the 3-point shot now. Remember the 3-pointer.
There's the hold. It's on Byron Scott, his 4th.
This is where Golden State is so dangerous, Bob. You're down 2. They start to drive. You're so afraid to leave your man because if you give help, you're afraid to give him a 3-point shot. 2 big shots in a row by Sam Perkins. The quiet man of the Lakers just goes about his job every single night. You look at the box score and you say 15 points, 8 or 9 rebounds, excellent defense.
Hardaway shooting nearly 85% from the free throw line in the playoffs. That's a big one here. 1 point from a tie game with 1:11 to go.
The Lakers are going to call timeout after this free throw, made or missed.
A 1-point Lakers lead. There's the Los Angeles timeout with 1:10 remaining in the game. Bob Neal and Doug Collins with you. Lakers up by 1, 1:10 to go. LA called the timeout. Richmond is fouled out for Golden State. Chris Mullin has 5 fouls. Both teams are in the penalty.
Let's look at the 3 stars of the Golden State Warriors. Look at this, 90 points out of a possible 119 right now. But the shooting, 9 for 16, 16 for 21. There's 25 of 37. Hardaway throw in 7 steals with that. Bob, I always felt like the Lakers love to go to James Worthy out of a timeout. Let's see if they run a play slashing to get him off the screen for a foul line jump shot or maybe something taking the ball to the basket. But I always felt that the guy that they like to go to out of a timeout was Worthy. Let's keep our eye on him.
Worthy with the inbound. Eldon Campbell, Perkins, Magic Johnson, James Worthy, and Byron Scott on the floor for LA. Here's the double team. They're the switch. Ellie on Johnson. Now they've got Chris Mullin on Campbell. The foul wave off the basket. The foul before the basket. And that's on Mario Ellie. Intelligent move there, though, to get Chris Mullin off of Magic Johnson with his 5 fouls.
Nellie tried to hide that, so when the ball was thrown in, they switched rather quickly. But again, still a lot of time left. You got 3-4 possible possession changes right now.
Tom Tilbert's in for Jim Peterson. Magic 17 of 19 from the line tonight.
Worthy only 3 points in the second half after a major first half, so he's really tailed off.
Johnson gets them both. Lakers by 3. 1 minute remaining.
Keep your eye also on Rod Higgins. He'll shoot the 3 if you help out.
Hardaway took it out and then back in again. It doesn't fall as a 3-point opportunity. Hardaway, you can't really criticize him much. He has missed quite a few of his shots once he's penetrated tonight in terms of finishing down near the hoop. But
how would you like to guard this guy?
A big dog would help. 5 personals on Magic Johnson. Chris Mullin with 5, but only 51.5 seconds remaining in the game.
Remember the last minute and a half, Hardaway's missed a free throw, so has Mullin. So 2 critical misses by those guys. There's 3.
And another one. The free throws have certainly been a difference. Lakers 36 of 49. Golden State now 21 of 31. It is a 2-point Lakers lead with 51.5 to go. Now Mullin starts out on Magic. They both had 5 fouls. Tolbert came in with the hard foul.
See, Magic Johnson's so smart. He drives in there and he throws his body into one of the Golden State players, realizing he's going to get to the line. Now, this is why you've got to stay out of foul trouble, because when you go in and Magic just hurdles himself in to the player to get the foul. So when it comes down to the late stage of the game, can you imagine trying to guard a Michael Jordan or Magic Johnson or one of these great players without fouling them? You just can't do it, Bob. Now they step up, make their free throws. That's why getting to the free throw line is so critical in a playoff game.
Warriors get the timeout with 39 seconds remaining. It's only a 20-second timeout. Magic Johnson is 18 of 20 from the line and has 43 points, which matches his career playoff high.
Now, if you're Don Nelson, probably what you're drawing up over there for your team is there's 39 seconds to go. We want to take the ball length of the floor. We'd like to drive the ball to the basket. If we can get a quick 2, it'll give us 2 possessions for 1. So if Magic Johnson makes his free throw, it's a 4-point game. It'll give us 2 possessions to 1. We can get 2, we get a stop, we can tie, we can win with a 3. If the 3 is there and they get all bunched in and we can throw out, we shoot the three, we'll take it, but we don't necessarily have to have it. What they want is a quick two if they can get it, Bob.
Magic back to the line. This will be his 21st free throw attempt tonight. Talk about the superstars and their incredible performances while playing with pain. Chris Mullin's done it again here tonight. Saw Bird earlier, and of course Isaiah Thomas and some others. Lakers by 4. Tolbert takes the three. Big rebound inside from Higgins, and he's fouled. It'll be a three-point opportunity.
They went for the quick two. You saw the defense get bunched. Tolbert's man left him. He had the three. It left a rebound. Now there's 28.7 seconds. Here's the shot. Perkins gets a hand up. The Warriors are going to get the ball back. So if Higgins makes this free throw, you got a 1-point game. If they can stop them, they're going to get the ball back with about 4.5 seconds to go with a chance to win the game. At worst, they're down 3. They get a chance to tie. So they're in a position to win this basketball game.
2-point Lakers lead. Warriors will be shooting a free throw when we return. The Warriors trying to get a playoff victory for the first time at the Forum since 1969. They trail in this series 1-0. They're down 2 points with 28.7 seconds remaining. And here's what the game looks like. Neither team has a foul to give. Warriors with no 20s. Lakers with 121 full, and the Warriors 2 regular timeouts remaining.
Well, you see the foul trouble right now. If you're Los Angeles, you'd like to get something going to the basket if at all possible. The one thing you've got to be concerned about is not letting Golden State run back at you in case you miss it. So if Magic Johnson drives to the basket, Bob, they have to have someone covering the backcourt so that Golden State can't release someone and make something happen here as Rod Higgins will shoot the free throw. But Magic Johnson, the last 2 possessions, has done nothing but take the ball right to the basket, get to the free throw line. Let's see if they maybe double team him to get the ball out of his hands.
Higgins gets the free throw. During this playoff series, Higgins' first misses came tonight.
Yeah, they're going to try to trap. They're going to trap this possession so that the Lakers cannot run a set play. Got to be careful for an illegal defense.
Scott with 10 to shoot. Now 9, 8. You see it on the left. Magic against Mullen. Worthy from 18. Rebound Nellie.
Need a timeout.
They got it with
I think they called a foul.
I think so. With 3.1 seconds remaining, a foul has been called on Los Angeles. It's against Eldon Campbell. 3.1 seconds remaining. The Lakers lead it by 1, and Ellie, the best free throw shooter coming into this game tonight in the NBA in the playoffs, is 3 out of 4 at the line tonight. These are the biggest yet of his career. It's tied.
It went in, but he did not look good on that. He faded to the left on that shot. He had good rotation. Now, obviously, the Lakers are going to call timeout here. This is a major free throw here for Ellie.
He drains it. Timeout, Los Angeles. 3.1 seconds remaining, and the Warriors hold a 1-point lead.
Well, one thing Don Nelson did on that last possession, you got to give him a lot of credit. He came out and he put a little bit of a half-court trap on. He was not going to allow Magic Johnson to drive the ball at the basket the way he had done the last 2 possessions. They trapped, and they took about 14 seconds off the clock. Then they matched up and went man-to-man. When Magic started to go with it, they double-teamed him, gave Worthy the shot. He's been cold in the second half. He did not make it. The rebound and the foul on Eldon Campbell. Again, I think you've got to get the ball out of Magic Johnson's hands here if you possibly can. We're going to take a look at the foul against Mario Ellie. Here's the wide-open shot. A little flat by James Worthy. Here's the rebound. And there's the foul, grabbing him right there on the arm. That's a good call. There's the shot, not even close by Worthy. Campbell going for the rebound. There's the foul on the arm right there. He called the foul.
If the Lakers lose this game, dominating inside, dominating at the free throw line, dominating in offensive and defensive rebounding, it'll be hard to even explain. The only thing I guess you could say is run TMC, particularly Chris Mullin.
It's going to be interesting to see what Don Nelson does on this sideline out of bounds play. There's only 3.1 seconds to go. You can make a couple passes, but again, you don't want Magic Johnson getting the ball and driving the ball to the basket. Now, the other threat you have is Worthy on that long swooping drive of his. Byron Scott's a jump shooter. Perkins really not going to creed off the dribble, nor is it AC Green or whatever. So the two guys you have to be concerned about right now is a Worthy taking it to the basket or Magic. I'm sure Don Nelson has talked to his team and not let those guys catch the basketball. Worthy will throw the ball in bounds. Look for him, once he throws it in, maybe to throw right back to him and try to take it right to the basket.
And now, as you saw, Golden State had 2 timeouts remaining. The Lakers have only a 20. So Don Nelson used one of his 2 timeouts after he looked at the alignment on the floor here. Lakers will have the ball, trailing by 1 with 3.1 remaining. 3.1 seconds remaining. We just wanted to show you the point, the decimal point had burned out on the game clock that's at either end of the court here. Didn't want you to think there were 31 seconds. That'd be a whole different story. So the Lakers will have the ball after they called a timeout, then Golden State's timeout. The Warriors lead it 125-124.
If Worthy's going to throw the ball in bounds, you want to switch out. Do not let Magic Johnson catch the basketball if at all possible. And when Worthy throws it in, do not let him get it back. Therefore, you're going to make Eldon Campbell, Sam Perkins, or Byron Scott be able to take the shot to beat you, and you will not let Worthy or Magic get the ball. Let's see if they can do it.
Now, the final timeout that LA had was their 20. They are now out of timeouts. So 1 22nd period here for Mike Dunleavy to talk to his guys and Don Nelson to rally his troops. And Nelson has taken his right out on the middle of the court out here to have his defensive huddle. And we've got more NBA action coming your way tomorrow on TNT. 1 o'clock Eastern time, we'll have Boston and Detroit. Well, the Pistons lead that series 1-0. This game will be at Boston Garden. And then in our day-night doubleheader at 10 o'clock Eastern time, Utah at Portland with the Blazers leading 1-0. So we continue the playoff coverage tomorrow.
Mike Dunleavy's going to have to draw up something so Magic Johnson can get a couple screens to come get the ball. They double-teamed him that time. And if they want him to get the ball, they're going to have to screen for him. I don't think he's just going to be able to break the ball to get it. Remember Worthy throwing the ball out, trying to get it coming back.
It's tipped. Golden State intercepts the pass, and the Warriors have won this game. The first Golden State playoff win at the Forum since 1969. The series is tied at 1 game apiece.
The magic continues in game 2. Remember, Mitch Richmond fouled out at 7:01. They do this without him. Tremendous finish by Golden State. Tim Hardaway, what a sensational game. Chris Mullin. You know, interesting point here as I was looking through. Magic Johnson scored his career-high points tonight in a playoff game. His previous career high was 43 twice in games 4 and 5. Ironically, they lost both of those ball games. They lose this game. So in Magic Johnson's career high games, three games he's had career, they've lost all 3 of those games.
The Warriors win it by 1, and Doug, you and I are going to be up there in Oakland on Friday. I cannot wait.
It will be crazy in Oakland, Bob.
Despite Magic's game-leading 44 points, the Warriors were able to pull the road upset behind Chris Mullin's 41. It was the only game in the series Golden State won, and the Lakers went on to advance all the way to the NBA Finals before losing to Michael Jordan and the Bulls. Thanks for watching this edition of NBA TV Hardwood Classics. I'm Matt Weiner.